Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark, and this afternoon I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2006 Hyundai Tucson City Wagon. Kick off at the front of the car. You notice nice clear headlights, driving lights directly below, finished in jet black. I'll highlight a couple of really minor things, just a couple of little minor touch-ups on the bonnet. Obviously consistent with being a 2006 model motor car, but overall really attractive. Very similar coming down the right hand side of the car. Not really a mark that I can pick coming down the driver's side. Maybe if I was particular, a very minor one on the right hand rear door. Important to note, is fitted with factory 16-inch alloy tyres. Really important to zone in on either of those alloys. Either of the driver's side alloy wheels, they're like the way they came out of the factory, not a scuff mark on them. And while we moved down the side of the car, no, thought that might have been a scratch, but it was just a little bit dirty. Overall, yeah, no, really good order. And the consistency continues through the rear. Look at the scuff plate on the bumper bar. Very minor touch up that I can pick there, but I've got to be really close to it to see it. Notice all the chrome badging running through the rear of the tailgate there as well. Just gives it that little bit of class. And the passenger side presents probably as good as the rest of the car, if not better. Once again, I've got to take my sunnies off to see if I can find a mark, and just a couple of little touch-ups on the bottom of the rear door. Apart from that, a really important thing to highlight, even the alloy wheels on the left-hand side of this car for a 2006, usually you would guarantee you're going to see some marks on the alloy wheels. But once again, in as good a condition as the right hand side as well. Really well looked after, this car. The exterior is really impressive actually. So now we'll move under the bonnet of the Hyundai, just have a bit of a chat about a few of the vital statistics. Powered by a little 2-litre double overhead cam motor, so just a little 4-cylinder motor. Going to deliver you 104 kilowatts of power, 184 newton meters of torque. But the really impressive stat here is 9.2 litres combined per 100 k's. So they're not a big fuel tank in these cars, 58 litre fuel tank, but it's going to give you in excess of 630 k's to a tank of fuel. So, good little bit of power there, they'll pick up and go when you want them to, but they're going to give you the economy you need. So now back to the tailgate of the little Tucson. A few things to notice. We can open the glass window on its own just by releasing the little lever here. So they've actually designed it as a bit of Captain Obvious. One little word there, door, and one for glass. Okay, so we get it. Close that window up, just click on the door handle, and up she comes. So tailgate lifts right up out of your way. The previous owner opted for a few extra options when they bought this car new. So you do have the cargo blind. Just keeps everything secure and out of people's eyes if you've got stuff stored in the back. The additional section does actually hook onto the back of the headrests on the second row seats as well. So it keeps everything you've got stored in there secure. Nobody can see what's in here. Also, in the event that we want to store some things in the back but it's not full and you don't want them rolling all over the place, also got the factory cargo net, which we just hook up to the eyelets on the sides. Just protects your cargo, stops it rolling around everywhere. They also opted for the factory carpet boot mat. Just, once again, just makes it look that little bit better in quality. And then we just push on our little release handle just to lift up here. And we see once again a factory alloy, full-size spare wheel, all of our tools secured away on both sides. I think that tyre's probably been on the car maybe for 50 kilometres. Plenty of tread, very consistent with the tread that's on all the tyres around the car at the moment. Now we're on the inside of the Tucson and we'll run through a few of the features. The one thing I really like about this car on the inside is for the driver, it's not overly busy. You haven't got buttons and switches and lights and things everywhere. On our driver's armrest, we've got our power window switches, also our exterior mirror controls. So it's all just set up nice and simple at hand's reach. Just below the air conditioning vent, we've got our little knob there to brighten our dashboard at night time. a manual button to turn traction control off, not that you really ever need to utilise that, and then obviously our switch to turn our driving lights on as well. Our steering wheel is height adjustable. Obviously just had it in that position to highlight those few switches. Set it up where you're comfy, lock it away into position, and you're set to go. Just on the bottom right hand side of our steering wheel, we've got our factory cruise control settings. Really simple operation. Simple matter of just turning your master switch on, and then when you reach your desired speed, just hit your set button and away you go. We can disengage it by touching the brake, or just simple matter of pushing that button again and we're done. Moving into the center console section now, as I mentioned, a lot to like because it's just really simple. Our digital clock, our air conditioning vents, rear demister, hazard lights, standard CD player. It is MP3 compatible, but all very straightforward. And our heating and cooling, once again, really straightforward as well. I'll move our T-bar forward out of our way. Notice a little storage compartment there. Does have an ashtray. Back in the days they put ashtrays in cars. The really important thing to note, never been used. Have a look at the cigarette lighter, never been used. Great news that. We can drive it as just a straight little auto, or we can move it across into manual mode. So we're actually engaging the gears just by the movement of the stick. Yeah, good to use if you're in hilly terrain. Control the gear shifts yourself. Pop it back into park. Moving back, little coin trays there. If you've got a bit of loose change. Probably not a good idea if you've got kids to put your coins in there because they'll disappear fairly quickly anyway. But then our two fairly large cup holders directly behind that. Handbrake, just simple release or engage. Then we've got our console lid here, open it up, really large storage area, but also we do have another little compartment in there as well. And last but not least, if you're on a long trip, you've got your armrest on your driver's door or your passenger door. You can also actually release that console lid and it pops up into position and moves forward a little bit, just to act as an internal armrest for the left arm. Good little feature that. Also, the car is fitted with front airbags, driver and passenger, that'd be the one. And the really good thing about the car, good service history as well. So all of our services are stamped. There's only one that's been missed in the book that wasn't stamped. And then of course, 76,000 Ks now, we've just done the current intermediate service. We will just remind our service department that it is helpful when you do carry out the service, don't only put the sticker up on the window, stamp the book please. So overall, no, really impressive, really clean interior, consistent with the exterior. So in summary, a few important statistics. 2 litre double overhead cam motor, deliver you 104 kilowatts, 184 Newton meters of torque, but at the same time it'll give you 9.2 litres combined per 100 Ks. So expect over 650 kilometres to a tank of fuel. Having another good look at the car, just a little compact, economical SUV. A really good example for a 2006 model. This car's in stunning order, super low Ks. Hope this gives you a really good idea of the quality of our example of this car. Feel free to give us a ring on 99070 555 for further help.